The sea is the origin of life, creating and gently nourishing the myriad of rivers, culverts, and surrounding land. Being the source and the giver of life, the sea is the mother of the coral and coral reefs, supplementing the abundant sunshine with its warmth and untainted nourishment. It is these corals that, through the years, have evolved and developed into exquisite oceanic landscapes, which now cover a large part of today's Kanding National Park. Occupying a major part of the peninsula, like a contented whale happily frolicking in the balmy sea. Kanding National Park is a shining star at the tip of Taiwan Island, gently beckoning to the weary and weather-beaten city dwellers with its radiant warmth. Established in September 1982, and occupying a total of 33,288.65 hectares. Kanding National Park is Taiwan's first ocean-facing park, with the Pacific Ocean to the east, Taiwan Strait to the west, and Bosher Channel to the south. The national park is a national treasure trove and hotbed for the protection and sustenance of the local ecology. Besides being a suitable outdoor classroom for ecological awareness, education, and research, the national park is also an excellent resort for relaxation. The park is segregated into many different areas for more effective management to ensure that this precious gift of nature will always be protected and be kept in pristine condition. The different areas include ecological protected areas, landscape protected areas, heritage areas, recreation areas, and limited use areas. Over the past million years, the continuous evolution of the Earth's crust and dynamic interaction of land and water have resulted in the formation of many natural wonders. Some of these gifts of nature can be seen in this national park. Together, the unique coastline and tropical climate form a natural breeding ground for a multitude of ecological miracles. Experience the unusual flora and fauna of the tropical coastline forest and the Mount Nanren primeval forest. The scenery made all the more magnificent during the annual visit by the myriad of migratory birds. The color and formation of the underwater coral reefs further enhance the breathtaking beauty of this natural miracle. Manifesting the philosophy of the continuous evolution of life, Kanding's hills and oceans extend a magnanimous and intellectual welcome to one and all, singing the praises of the miracles of time, sending a vow of unending commitment rippling across the blue sea and green hills. The vast expanse of the Hengchuan Valley, stretching from north to south, separates Kanding into east and west. Ending with the serene Longwan Lake. The west coast is lined with a proliferation of colorful corals, and in the clear waters, one can see the corals dancing to the waves. Every year between October and March, the northeastern winds sweep in from the northern summit, traversing the undulating mountain ranges across the peninsula. The locals call these winds the downhill winds. To the east of the plains are an array of vast coral reefs and shimmering limestone caves. And the wind-blown sandy river enveloped by strong gushing winds. Together, the sunshine, wind, and sea manifest the richness and ever-changing facade of Kending National Park. As though by magic or an unknown power from a mysterious hand, natural miracles like limestone caves, solitary peaks, river mouths, and lagoons are formed. Infused with the mystic and dynamic energy of its topology, Kending opens an ecological window to the rolling green hills and blue waters. Set in a tropical climate, Kending enjoys an average annual temperature of 24 degrees. It receives 2,000 millimeters of precipitation, with concentrated rainfalls between May and October. Summers are long, while winters are virtually non-discernible, though the downhill winds in autumn and winter are vigorous. These exceptional climate conditions and ever-changing topology are conducive to the continued growth and sustenance of the flora and fauna of this park. As we follow the wind, we see that the coast is lined with coral flora, while herbaceous plants struggle bravely to survive on the sandy beach. We also see a variety of shrubs adapting their heights and stances to the wind. While the coastline flora valiantly take their place as the last line of defense between land and sea. Moving inland, we witness the highland coral reefs trying to stay green against the rugged rock face. On Mount Nanren is a primeval forest of lush green high-altitude flora. The wide range and variety of flora provide shelter for many different types of animals. Take a slow walk through the park and perhaps catch a glimpse of playful animals like Sika deer, red-bellied tree squirrels, Formosan rock monkeys, or Formosan gem-faced civets. Kending is a natural playground for birds, with 300 species being sighted, approximately 70% of all bird species in Taiwan. Smack in the migratory route from Southeast Asia, about 240 species of migratory birds visit every autumn and winter, either en route or to spend the winter here. Examples are the common brown shrike, Chinese goshawk, and gray-faced buzzard in Sheding and Manzhou. geese from Longwan Lake, heron groups, and so forth. With our hand on the pulse of the earth, we continue to search for the melodies of life. Due to its location where the temperate and tropical climate zones meet, insects abound in their masses. The warm temperature all year round allows plants to flourish and flower, providing ample food for butterflies like the large and exquisitely colored Hengchuan birdwing, Idea leucona clara butler, all guaranteed to take visitors' breath away. As we visit Kanding, the sacred ground of wildlife, we will maintain a revered distance. This park gives every living creature the nourishment to live, grow, and beautify Mother Earth. Hengchuan, a place with a story to tell. A story accompanied by the melodic blowing winds and interlaced with centuries of change, breathing life into ancient towns and civilizations. Previously named Langjiao, the Hengchuan Peninsula has existed forever, with a civilization that originated 5,000 or 6,000 years ago. It made its way into the world's history books in the mid-18th century. About 100 years ago, this origin of the central mountain ranges and the Cape in the south had its share of glory and fame. Blessed with exquisite natural features and plentiful resources, Kanding is a hotbed and keeper of rich culture and civilizations. The discovery of more than 70 historical sites is evidence that life began here more than 6,000 years ago. The prehistoric Oluanbi site, found in the coral forest to the northwest of the lighthouse, is one of the oldest sites to date. The prehistoric site of Kanding, found at the foot of Mount Dajian, has been in existence since time began. A group of magnificent houses, made from stone slabs, are located in Mount Nanren. From these prehistoric sites, many artifacts were uncovered. All these culturally rich artifacts reflect man's deep understanding, even at that time, of their environment and how they leveraged their knowledge to the best advantage. Also, these artifacts and humanities became entrenched in history, impacting the evolution of culture and emanating the glory of ancient relics. Dubbed the Light of East Asia, the Oluanbi Lighthouse stands tall in its magnificence, protecting generations of seafarers and ships in the Cape South. In the neighboring ancient township of Hengchuan, the city gates tower over the towns in the south, their simple brick houses attesting to the long history of the place. Armed with the single-minded ambition of the wind, Kanding searches widely and deeply for the magic, following every tip, recording every fact, enhancing humanity, and in doing so, creating the hope of peace. With its wide variety of birds and fragrant blooms, Kending entices travelers with distinct seasons packed with dazzling vitality, aimed at bringing new perspective and calming the world-weary mind. Stretching from the bay towards the back of the west coast, Maobito, Hobihu, Longwan Lake, to South Bay, Mount Dajian and Mount Xiaojian, Kending Forest Recreation Area, Qinghua Shi, Sheding Park, Chuanfan Rock, Shadao, and Oluanbi. Stretching eastwards are the Longpan Plains, Fengshui Sha, and Jialoshui. All these places are well-known scenic areas. Enveloped by the sea and the hills, these places each emanate charm and vitality. Located about 20 kilometers from Kending are the Shimen Historical Battlefield, Sichongxi Hot Spring, and Xuhai. These scenic areas surround the Hangchun Peninsula and are all very conveniently located on the same belt for you to visit at your leisure. Just like the name Kending, which means strong farming men, the Kending National Park has pioneered Taiwan's environmental protection with a well-established foundation. So when you receive this invitation to have a love affair with the hills and the seas, you might want to do the same, just to experience Kending to its fullest. Experience the rising of the Southern Cross under the warm spring skies. Watch the flowers bloom in the balmy summer evenings. Count the birds taking flight in the early autumn dawn. Follow in the footsteps of the winds and sands in the winter afternoons. Coexistence with the environment and being in harmony with nature are critical to the survival, the extension, and the search for the essence of life. And we must face this challenge with humility. As the green hills and blue seas are a witness, we commit to the preservation of our environment with a vision of ensuring the continued beauty and magnificence of the mountains and the seas.